This is C.R.P.H.A, Humanitarian and Citizen Advocate. Today is going to be a topic on Biden's commercials. Biden is spending most of his money, obviously. Not really on the rallies, because of course he has the pocketbook for that shit. But he is spending most of his money trying to convince you American people that he is the best choice when he's not. All he's doing is trying to manipulate you American people in believing that Trump is evil, Trump is bad, when Trump has done many positive things for this country. In all aspects, Biden doesn't have any conclusive, substantiated evidence that of Trump doing anything wrong. It's another version of mind manipulation from the Democratic Party and Biden. And it's a mental manipulative bullshit that Biden is so damn desperate to convince you, American people, of something that's not true because he knows he won't be able to do the things that he says that he will do. He doesn't have any true intention to do what he says that he will do, even on the first day. The one thing that he will do on the first day, granted, though, is fucking make sure that we wear the masks that we're wearing right now in gradual steps of turning this country not only socialist, but also like a third world country, and also where the economic stature is 100% weak. And China and Japan will be the economic strong power like they were about to be with Obama in office. And on top of that, he wants to bring back Joe Biden wants to bring back the Obamacare. Obviously, it wasn't bad enough that a percentage of the American people that were about to go into the Obamacare nearly went bankrupt already. So let's see if we can get everybody to be bankrupt, right? Because Obamacare was not affordable health care. Everybody knows that. Everybody with common sense knows that. The other part of it is that Obamacare was also turned into a tax. And this happened when Obama himself was in the White House. All Biden wants to really do is can mentally manipulate the American people in believing something that's bullshit. Because one, he says that he's going to be able to defend America from even unforeseen attacks. What is it? What are you, a fucking a fucking genie from Aladdin, Biden? You're not. You're no damn miracle worker either, Biden. Nobody can defend against unforeseen things that go towards harming anybody or anything. You're not Q from Star Trek: The Next Generation from of Q the Continuum. You know, John Delancey's character. Only a being like that would be able to see unforeseen attacks. A being that's Q is even in the Star Trek universe, Q is a being that's omnipotent. He's able to be he lives longer than the human species itself. He has an more than an extensive long span of life and living. Biden doesn't. Biden cannot see the unforeseen attacks. He would not be able to defend against the unforeseen attacks. He would even deplete the armed forces, even to the points to where the defense of this country is much weaker than it was with Obama. Although I'm not saying Obama didn't make this country weak already, though. But with Trump, this country remains strong, like it did with Reagan. And yes, it was strong for the time, for that part of the century. It was known to be strong and well defended under the Reagan administration. But with the highly advanced defenses that we have and still can get with Trump, it's more than possible that this country is well defended better than any Democrat can ever promise. Yesterday, I saw a commercial of a voiceover of a woman saying, if Trump takes away the health care, tugging at your heartstrings and tugging at your mental manipulative thought process. That was a Biden commercial. Trump did take pieces. You can't when you become a president of any country, really, you cannot simply just wipe clean something that was established by your predecessor before you. It happens in very little steps, every gradual steps, and he has to go by legalizations and various other processes. So the Obamacare that that many people have under covered California and whatever else, right? That's not going to be obliterated. It's just going to be completely revamped, and it can be revamped while it's still in action, still in process, still being in use. Trump can do this. Biden doesn't want you to believe that he can do this. That Biden wants you to believe that Trump will wipe clean the health care, the affordable health care. Biden, he's already taken down a percentage of Obamacare that nearly bankrupts the American people. You idiot! And Biden, the Obamacare was not truly affordable health care, or else the Supreme Court would not have put it in the aspect of a tax. Even while Obama himself was president, or so-called president of this country. The very person that refused to show his actual birth certificate, in which should have been done before he went into the campaign action, even against John Boehner. I mean, not John Boehner, but John McCain. Yeah, before he went into the electoral campaign against John McCain, Obama should have shown the actual, legible, legal birth certificate of Obama's instead of falsifying it, as he did several times. Now, I know many people think, no, he didn't falsify his birth certificate. Oh, you want to bet? At that point, the Democratic Party thought they would be able to hoodwink the American people and mentally manipulate to make it look like it's an actuality, an actual fucking birth certificate when it really wasn't. Yes, I know each one looks different from different states and what have you else, but it wasn't. It looked like a notification of sorts that you get on the front door of your residence or apartment of various things, to start with. Or something from city council or something from your children's school. Joe Biden is mentally manipulating the American people. He doesn't. I've said it many times in one of my other videos of C.R.P.H.A. That Biden does not truly intend to defend America. He doesn't intend to do anything positive for the American people or our youth. When it comes to the vaccine, he says he will have it done in a shorter time. Oh, you know what, Biden? Things do take time to make sure not even a vaccine would harm the American people. Things didn't need to be taken time need to take time to be tested appropriately and professionally where it doesn't harm anybody with any type of blood type. So it can't be just like this, like a fucking genie either. Each person has a different weakness and strength. Each person also has a allergic reaction to various things, especially when it comes to vaccines. Many people, there's a certain number of people, at least a good percentage of people. I'm not sure what the percentage is at current, but I know the percentage is pretty great enough to where the population can be allergic to what is in vaccines, what's in even flu shots. Much like people are allergic to things that are in food and drinks. It's not their fault, it just is that way. So, Biden, you cannot just automatically think that you can make the vaccine happen so quickly and so profoundly that oh yeah, it's safe. The way you do it, if you did it that way, Biden, it would kill off every human cell in your body and every other person's body. And that would go to the points to where the person ends up comatose, dead, not breathing, no longer alive. Think about that, Biden. And then Biden starts fucking acting like a dictator. Now let me make this perfectly clear. Like he's already president when he's not. The dude is fucking losing his mind. Biden thinks that he has all the answers to the American people's issues, problems, and worries and whatnot. He doesn't. Biden cannot solve things just like that. He doesn't even, like I said, he doesn't plan to do anything. He wants to turn this country socialist in with the support and backing of Pelosi and Schumer. And you know damn well they will do it. If if Hillary Clinton was in the office right now, we'd be dealing with the Constitution issue, even in accordance to the media would mention it. We deal with our rights and freedoms, like many people did in hundreds of years ago. We'd be dealing with this thing, this beautiful flag right here. In, if you remember, there was a thing going around where when Obama was in the White House that they wanted to put his mug on the damn thing. They even had little things that you'd be able to buy in the little gift shop of the Obama Online thing, right? With his mug right in the center of the red, white. That shows that they don't care if they defame the American flag. They're showing no respect to the American flag, to Old Glory. They don't want to show any respect to this country anymore. The Democrats don't want people to have freedom. The Democrats don't want people to have rights, even equal rights for that matter. The liberal, socialist, dumbass Democrats don't want anybody to have any constitutional rights. They don't want us to have anything especially when it comes to humanity type rights and freedom. They won't tell you this. They won't tell you this because they know that if they tell you the damn truth and what their true objectives are, that you will turn your back on them. That you will no longer support them. It's it's so mentally manipulative that Biden's doing on his commercials to start with and his rallies. He's trying to defame the very person that has made this country and the economy stronger. He's defaming the very person that made things better for the American people and our youth, and would be and has been working into making things even better for both the American people and our youth all in one. Biden doesn't want people to be benefited. Biden wants to be going through socialism, corruption, control, and political obstruction, which is all very evil and satanistic and sinful. Nancy Pelosi doesn't care. Schumer doesn't care. Obama doesn't care. Biden doesn't care. Gavin Newsom doesn't give a damn. Darrell Steinberg doesn't give a damn. Barbara Boxer, Dianne Feinstein doesn't give a damn. Kamala Harris doesn't give a damn. The New York mayor and governor doesn't give a damn because they're also liberals as well. They don't give a damn about you, American people. They don't give a damn about America's youth being our children. They want you to believe that they do when they really don't. So, in all with that, do not believe anything that Biden says. Do not believe anything that Biden promises. I'm saying this. I'm not telling you what. I'm not telling the American people what to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you what to do. But the basic fact is that Biden is out for socialism, and that's it. He will not do what he promises the American people, even on his commercials. He will not do any of it. He will do quite more than the opposite. Something that he does not even mention, and he's too fearful to mention. That even Nancy Pelosi instructed him never to fucking say. And I know Nancy Pelosi will say that she didn't, and I know she did. How else would he be going, now let me make this perfectly clear, you know? And then having a woman, an innocent person saying, if Trump takes away the legalized health care. Mental manipulative right there, isn't it? The one thing that you American people need to really, really fear is that if Biden is in the White House, the one thing he will do, though, the one thing he will do, and it's been said, he will destroy the Social Security in administration in what would make it to where every person newly retired, currently retired, the mentally disabled, diagnosed disabled, physically disabled, handicapped would be out in the street. Homeless. And those others that also have various other types of disabilities, same thing, out in the street. Which would bring the homeless population more than a tad bit higher. The percentage of the homeless population is already at a high point already. It's a high point in San Francisco, New York, L.A., Santa Clara County, Sacramento County, San Mateo County, Alameda County, Contra Costa County. All parts of California has a combined percentage of homeless, which makes it go pretty. If Biden is put in office of the White House, it will no longer be the American people's White House ever again, for one. And if Biden is put in the White House, you will see, ever so gradually, Many people who were on Social Security and who are still currently on Social Security in the base to where they be able to survive and make it through the day by where they're able to pay their rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, car payments, or what have you else, right? Even as they save up to pay those things too, right? Those same people out in the street, young, middle aged, and old, out in the street, because people believed in Biden. People voted for Biden. Then I'm saying this: if you allow Biden to be in the White House, that's exactly what will happen. Even your family members that are on supplemental security income, it will happen, and you will never be able to retire when it comes time for you to retire. For one, he hasn't come up with a solution. He hasn't come up with a better thing than supplemental security. All he said is that he's gonna complete. All it's been said is that he's gonna completely destroy the supplemental security system, which means the whole entire administration part of it plus the income is gone, wiped clean. Now, do you want that, or would you rather have a way to retire when it comes time for you to retire? Do you want socialism to where our rights and freedoms and the Constitution itself will be torn apart? And our rights and freedoms, even humanity type of rights and freedoms, are gone. To where it goes to the points of the Hitler regime in the America's version. In the U.S., the U.S. version done by the liberal Democrats. All the while, China and Japan become gradually the economic strong point. As this country becomes weaker and weaker and weaker and more into the points of socialism, which I can guarantee you, in a very strong spiritual sense, that our forefathers that created the Constitution, that made it better for the American people, and that made even the Bill of Rights, for example, they would be turning in their graves if we allow the socialist, liberal, dumbass Democrats to go back into the White House, starting with Biden. And when the vaccine is being passed out right now it's saying that it's not going to be passed out. The vaccine is not going to be orchestrated through it. But if Biden is in office, believe me, he will push it to where it does. And I can guarantee you it will not be 100% tested to where it's more than 100% safe. What will happen instead is if people trust it, when once they have it injected in the human system, it will gradually eat away at every human cell. Even the cells that help us stay alive, our heart beating, the digestive cells, the whole aspect, the whole every cell in our body to where we're comatose and laying dead. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm telling you the truth. Biden doesn't intend to do anything when it comes to healthcare, either. By the way, if he did bring back the Obamacare, he would just bring back more issues, more troubles, more problems. Even after getting rid of Social Security, the administration, which would also mean the income would be gone as well of Social Security, and the medical health care plan through Social Security would be gone. And many people on supplemental security income, like I said, would be out in the street. And the taxes would most definitely be raised higher than Obama did. I can practically already see it. Biden is not really with it up here. Biden thinks that he would be able to convince you of all these and much, much more. He thinks that he's going to be able to convince you of all the things that he knows that he won't do, but yeah, he's going to voice them anyway. Just like Obama voiced a lot of things that he said he would do, he didn't do, did he? And as I said, Biden was once, and I do mean one time, and it was not that long of a time. Biden was once respected before he joined the Obama administration. Now he's trying to gain that respect, but in a different way. The only respect he's gaining is by Nancy Pelosi and Schumer. He doesn't care if we have any respect for him, because all he knows that he is Biden's going to turn this whole entire country socialist, to where our rights and freedoms and the true American way of life is destroyed. The Constitution would be ripped apart and rewritten to the liking of the Socialist Liberal Democratic Party, in which would be to points of corruption, control, and much more that only benefits the party. It doesn't benefit the people. The forefathers created the two parties to benefit the American people. The liberal, socialist, dumbass Democratic Party, formerly known just as the Democratic Party, don't want to benefit the American people anymore. They are tired of being the second string or second or third string in getting a positive, beneficial percentage of anything. They're tired of getting the American people to where the American people are safe, well taken care of, well assured, and benefited and protected. And then right whenever the full extent of the American people is at the top percentage for benefiting the American people and this country, then it will go right over to the party. They don't want it to happen that way ever again. They want to be benefited first before anybody else, like little fucking stubborn child. And that's a sinful way of being and doing things. They know this, but they don't care. They even tried to make the American people believe that Trump did something against the Constitution in why they went with the impeachment inquiry. He didn't do a damn thing wrong against the Constitution, not one. But they wanted it to be masked as if he did when he didn't. They wanted the American people to support them over Trump, and they were so surprised that they didn't. They got way less and less support from the American people, even during the impeachment inquiry, which was waste of taxpayers' money and time. Much like the what Obama did by flying to countries that we had no war type involvement with, that he wasted taxpayers' money in using Air Force One's gas to fly to those countries and say, in behalf of the American people and the United States of America, we sincerely apologize for anything we have done that showed any mistreatment towards you or anything. That showed right there that the United States of America is once again weak. It's no longer strong. Who's to say if Biden will repeat the same shit but in a different sense, in a different manner? All the while that Social Security is completely gone, our constitutional rights and freedoms gone. The very thing that's against the Constitution is happening when it comes to big government. All the things that he promised is not going to even happen. Just like Obama did to C-SPAN and John Boehner, the door will be slapped in their face, slammed in their face right there again. Which basically means if it's slammed on John Boehner's face and C-SPAN's face, it's slammed on the American people's face. Think about that. Seriously, think about that, American people. The Joe Biden voters and supporters may think that I'm just spouting words. I'm not. Believe me, before I do any video of C.R.P.H.A, I think about these things. And each of the things that I've said, even about Biden, is more than factual. Even when I go out there to talk to people, and I can guarantee you a number of people in my bank, as well as one person I saw when I was checking out his ride, as the young youth calls it still. Um, he agreed with me, and I know people say, "Well, he agreed with you just to get rid of you." Mm-mm. And I know exactly how that happens. I know psychology, and I know the male and female psyche, and I know exactly the way the manners and movements of uncomfortable. When a person gets uncomfortable. The basic fact is that I know he had things to do. I wasn't going to be there like on Meet the Press or anything like that, like the roundtable shit. He knew that. I didn't intend to stay there, and doing a constant talk. And of course, unless he wanted to, then he would have walked with me or something. But he didn't. So that. So all in all, no matter what type of commercial that Biden comes up with, the one thing is, don't fall into believing it, because that's exactly what he wants you to do, just so they can gain the goldenrod. And many of you who watch my C.R.P.H.A videos know when I mean the goldenrod, I mean the White House. Biden wants the party to gain the goldenrod and then gradually tear apart the Constitution, completely destroy supplemental security and the administration, which includes the income, bring back Obamacare, which brings more financial, economic issues to the American people. Doesn't do anything positive for the American people, even in the healthcare aspect. And completely mentally manipulate the American people in the bullshit that they keep on voicing like Obama did. All the while, secretly behind the closed doors, they're setting things up to gradually turn this country socialist, like the American version of the Hitler regime. All the while, after the income of Social Security is completely wiped clean and gone, every person that was on and still is on supplemental security's income out in the street, homeless, nowhere to go, no place to call home of their own, starving, no true stable medical insurance and stabilization for their health and well-being. That's under Biden. If Biden is put in the White House. And if Biden is put in the White House, it will show that you fell into his deception, his lies, his mental manipulation that he's even voiced on his commercials as well as his rallies. Now, American people, I care about this country. I care about you, even though I don't know a large percentage of you. But if I did, I would be more than happy, more than joyful. Seriously, because I care about each and every one of you. I wouldn't be voicing things like this the way I have been and the way I am even at current if I didn't give a damn what happened. I know there are many people that even if you were to walk and talk with people, they would get to that point. Emotionally and psychologically, I get that. They're so fed up with the politics as it is. I can understand that. But then when something negative happens, then they want to eat their words. They want to take back what they said, but they can't. But they know they can't. This you know is true as well. What will Trump do for us? What has he not done? What has he not said he was going to do for the American people? He wants to make America great again. Still, he has made the economy. Everybody knows this. Trump has made the economy great, strong, stable, more than well balanced. He's brought jobs to this country, where a lot more than any other president has. Really, the educational system was gradually getting better, although it may not seem like it, but it was ever so gradually. Even the unforeseen parts of it. What destroyed it was the politically motivated pandemic of COVID-19, orchestrated by Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to start with. While everybody was being told to wear masks, stay indoors, and all this other stuff, in the Orient stock market, they were banking it in the money as they were profiting off of the pandemic. The liberals were profiting off the pandemic and the people's suffering. The American people's, shall we say, mental manipulative suffering and base of control and worry and panic and all this other shit. Number of people lost their jobs because of liberal democratic fucking manipulation crap, along with the COVID-19 pandemic, politically motivated and orchestrated pandemic. Would the Republicans do this? No. Have they thought of doing this? Many people may think so, but they would be wrong. It would be wrong. The forefathers did not create the two parties for any one of them to do in and go against the American people. But of course, the people in the liberal Democratic Party are doing just that, though, aren't they? They're going 100% against the American people, something that they should not be doing, and they are not allowed to do, even when it comes to the Constitution. Yet nothing has been done so far to where it's stopped. And yet I will be damn surprised if the Supreme Court put a halt, more than a halt to it, against the Democratic Party. And I know each and every one of you would be just as surprised, if not more. I know, but many people will say, "Well, that's never going to happen." Who's to say? There's been many things over the course of many centuries that many people say, "Well, that's not going to happen." Bingo, it happened. World War II won't happen. Bingo, it happened twice. World War I won't happen. Bingo, it happened. We won't. America won't go against Iraq and Afghanistan. Bing, bing. We defended against Afghanistan as well as Iraq, all in one at times. First Iraq, then when Osama bin Laden orchestrated to go against the Twin Towers, we went against both, didn't we? We went against Afghanistan as well as Iraq. It's easy to say, oh, that won't happen, especially when it comes to Biden. But believe me, I thought of it ever so gradually, ever so intently before even making this video. Even while watching TV and living my own life as I do every day, and as you do every day. You live your own life essentially every day, right? Believe me, as you were living your life and as I was living my life, and as every other American citizen was living their life doing their own thing, I was thinking about it while I lived my life, and more information came up here. I put it all in specifics and such, right? And it rings true. Biden does not intend to do any of what he promises on the commercial, on his political ads. He doesn't intend to do any of it. All he's wanting you to do is believe his bullshit to where he's voted in and that he will be able to help his party turn this country socialist, tear the Constitution apart, and rewrite it to their liking, not our liking, but their liking, where he's able to completely destroy the Social Security Administration and the income would go along with it, which means the percentage of the homeless population would increase more than exponentially. With many people that are even currently on supplemental security, that's also including the retired and newly retired, as well as the people that have mentally and diagnosed disabilities all across the country, would be out in the street. Your loved ones would be out in the street. Your grandparents, parents, and teenage 20-year-old children out in the street. Your 30-year-old, 40-year-old children out in the street. Those on that income would be out in the street because of Biden. So now, American people, you know the best choice and the most beneficial choice for you, our youth, the future for both, and this country and the country's future, and the future of this flag. The best choice is Trump for 2020 to be our president once again. I know you may be asking, okay, say for example, if Trump is our president for another 4 years, and then if another person comes in, another two people come in, which side am I going to go for? Time will tell. But more often than not, it will be the one that's truly going to benefit the American people in this country and our youth, all in one. The beneficial part of it will be, even after Trump, it will be the candidate that would easily more than do things that are more than benefit for the American people, our youth, and this country all in one. and that will not deceive the American people. Because there's ways to tell if they are just saying things to just be voted in. But as it stands at current, for our well-being of every American citizen and every percent, every part of our youth, every child within America's youth, of our children and our senior citizens and our disabled, handicapped, and medically diagnosed disabled and physically disabled citizens, and for our veterans, and for our soon-to-be vets and soon-to-be retired vets especially, and the currently retired vets and the disabled vets. The best choice is Trump. Donald J. Trump for President of the United States of America. He will continuously do things that are beneficial for the American people and our youth and this country all in one. Trump will continuously keep this country strong, more than well defended. The economic stature in this country will be stronger than ever. Even as the liberal Democrats fight against it, it will still be building up towards the strong point. Will I still be advocating for you? Oh, damn well, yeah. I will still be advocating for the American people and our youth and this country all in one, as I did from 2004. In 2004, I started from that point and all the way to this point so far, and I will continue to do so. I will continue to advocate. But the one thing is, how could anybody advocate for a country that goes from great to corrupt? Nobody wants to advocate for a corrupt country because it'll just build up more corruption and more and more and more. Our rights and freedoms, like I said, would be completely obliterated anyways with Biden in office. Our rights and freedoms would be gone, non-existent. The social security system and the income would be gone, non-existent, much like Mervin's is right now, much like Circuit City is right now, much like Radio Shack is now, much like Genco has been for several years so far. So, American people, I'm asking you, and I'm not telling you I will not do the Biden. I will not mentally manipulate you. I would not do anything of this sort. I'm telling you the information that I've told you thus far, and even before this video, and even on this video, because I care about every one of you. I want the best for every one of you besides and of course I want the best for myself, of course, yeah. But I want the best for you and our youth, all in one. And I want the best for this country, that's still all in one. And the best for this country is not Biden. Especially with the fact that he wants to destroy Supplemental Security Administration and the income, to where everybody on the income, like I said, will be out in the street. Everybody surviving, making living on the Supplemental Security income will be out in the street, regardless if they try to leave California. Like there's a YouTuber known as McHenry Cruiser. He plans to go from California to Maine or wherever the hell else after that, right? I commented on his video saying that the Social Security system will not let him do that. From staying in one state for only so long and then bouncing to other states. In addition to that, McHenry Cruiser better take heed to what I'm saying too. It's for his safety and benefit as well as everybody else's, as well as mine. This country was built and formed and created by our forefathers to stay in the positive light. In the base, of course, known as God, in God we trust. Heavenly Father will always do what he knows and promises. Biden will go against everything that he promised. Seriously, Biden will go against everything that he promised. Trump will continuously do the things that he promised. Trump will make this country even greater than ever. Biden will completely destroy this country, along with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer's assistants. And Kamala Harris will also be the one to destroy this country. So, again, American people, the best choice for our youth, for ourselves, for this country, all in one, and also for the vets, for the disabled, diagnosed and physically disabled and born disabled, and also the mentally disabled. The best choice, and even for our youth's education as well as the future for everybody. To where everybody to where everybody is more than safe, and where our freedoms and rights and the Constitution is more than safe and well defended and protected and well secured, even more so than well secured. The best choice is Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence. So as I say on my page in text, let's say no to Biden and say yes to Trump. Vote Trump for 2020 for President of the United States in 2020. And do know what I said about Biden, and even in this video, is an actuality. He will not tell you the truth. Healthcare is not going to be in any negative risk with Trump. It will be in a negative risk with Biden, even economically. Our freedoms and rights will be more than at risk with Biden. Our freedoms and rights will not be at risk with Trump. Our American way of life will be at risk with Biden. Our aspect of general living, especially with the vaccine situation, will be at risk with Biden. It will not be at risk with Trump. the future, even of continuous space exploration, even through NASA, will be at risk with Biden. It will not be at risk with Trump. In addition, with that, even though John Franklin Kennedy was in the Democratic Party, many people said if in this time, in this day and age, he would have been a definite Republican. He would go against what Biden is doing, what Pelosi is doing, what Schumer has been doing and saying, especially by John Franklin Kennedy would go against what Biden is promising when Biden knows he's not going to keep the promises. He figures, I know Biden figures that, well, Obama didn't keep his promises, so I don't have to keep mine. I'm going to do it, but in a different way of promising the American people things that I know I won't be able to do, but things that I will continuously mentally manipulate them and thinking that I will do. But I really won't do it. Even the things that I know that I won't be able to do, even the first off, even at face value. Trump would never deceive us. Trump has never deceived us. The Liberal Democratic Party has more than deceived us. Biden is deceiving the American people. Pelosi has more than deceived the American people. Kamala Harris has more than deceived the American people and lied to the American people, especially. Both Kamala Harris and Biden are racist little fucks. Yes, Kamala Harris is Hispanic, but it was also said that, and I know I've said this in one of my other videos, is that it was stated that Kamala Harris ra- is racist against the African American community. And on Fox Channel 35, I believe it was posted on Facebook that Biden himself, at one of his rallies in the middle of this pandemic situation, that that he voiced a racial thing as he tried to explain something when it came to the economic aspect. In addition, I saw a post that showed Biden not doing the social distancing. He didn't do the social distancing thing at all. He was like this. He didn't do this. He was like this. So basically, right there, that's another deceptive action that everybody's told to do this, but yet the liberal Democrats have been doing this, even with Biden. We don't want we don't want a politician in the White House. I know that would deceive us. We don't want one that would mentally manipulate us. And I know we don't want one that would completely destroy our rights and freedoms and our economic reasons and ways of living that's been helping us in many ways and more than continuous. Now, do we? The only one that will continuously and without malice destroy everything that this country has been built upon, which is positive and strong, and the things that have been more beneficial to the American people as well as our youth will be destroyed and completely taken away from us, including our rights and freedoms, by Biden and the Democratic Party. The very things that will be protected by Trump and Pence, Biden will completely destroy. So the best choice, American people, is, without a doubt, Trump and Pence. Trump for president in 2020. Guaranteed. Trust me when I say I I even do many large amounts of research. Even the stuff that I've said in my other videos, I've done the same thing. Research, thought it through as well. So trust me when I say, and believe me when I say, it's the truth. And yes, you can still even you can even if you put in the voting thing of registering to vote for this year. If you put Democrat, you can still vote for the Republican. There's nothing against the Constitution in that. Just because you put in that you want to go in the voting party of Republican or Democrat doesn't mean you don't have to vote for that you can't vote for the other parties. But the one thing is, the things that I've mentioned even about Biden versus Trump, you know that Trump is the best choice to be president in 2020 once again. Biden is not the best choice. Biden will completely destroy everything that's beneficial to this country and our youth, and that's beneficial to and for us. And one of them I already mentioned, and one of them I mentioned being the supplemental security system and income, and the Constitution, and our freedoms and rights, and much, much more. We will have it protected. We will have all that protected by Trump and Pence to where none of it is negatively affected, to where we could still where the American people who are on supplemental security income still would be able to survive and make a living on that income. Even the newly retired and currently retired and the retired vets would be able to still live on the income without fear of it being taken away. The vaccine will be more than well tested to where nobody's negatively affected. Our youth's future in education will be more than strengthened and well protected under Trump and Pence. More jobs, more employment opportunities will be brought in by Trump and Pence. Our Constitution of we the people will be protected and strengthened by Trump and Pence. Our American way of life, our human rights, and much more, even our constitutional rights and freedoms will be well protected under Trump and Pence. There'd be no big government, no socialism, and the healthcare system would be a lot better to where many people, more than many people, can afford, even more than afford. This country again will be more than well protected and defended under Trump and Pence. It will be not more than it will not be defended and well defended by Biden and Harris. Under Biden and Harris, it will be to where that those who hate us and want to attack us will be able to. There'll be no true defense against it under Kamala Harris and Biden. Anybody who wants to try to attack us and who hate us for any given reason, it will be more than well defended under Trump and Pence. Many things that even benefit us even now will be well defended and protected under Trump and Pence, even in the Constitution, even in the Human Rights Act. Our constitutional human rights will be protected and well defended under Trump and Pence. Many things that are beneficial and that will continuously be beneficial for our youth, even the disabled and diagnosed disabled and medically disabled and also the medically physically handicapped and physically disabled and mentally physically disabled will be more than defended and protected. The many things that benefit them especially will be more than well defended and protected. The healthcare system will be a lot better than what Biden promises. So again, don't believe any of the, I'm asking, do not believe any of the bullshit that Biden puts out on the airwaves, both radio and commercial, be that of course TV ad and radio and online. Do not believe anything Biden puts out there, because Biden is only about the base of socialism, corruption, mentally manipulating the American people and our youth to the points to where this whole entire country is turned upside down, not right side up. Right now, it's right side up under Trump. Right side up is the positive. Upside down is the negative, as you know. Think about that. And please do trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Even if you are still in between things, even politically, I understand that. But do know that I am telling you the truth, and I do care about each and every one of you. I do care about our youth. I do care about our youth's future and our own future and the American people's future and this country's future all in one. And the only way we'll have a positive future is under Trump and Pence. We will not have a positive future under Biden. We will not have a positive future under Kamala Harris either. So Trump and Pence. Vote Trump for 2020. Vote Trump for president in 2020. Guaranteed. I promise you this. Granted, but also do know this, that things will come to us in a positive, beneficial way through Trump and Pence, ever so gradually. But don't have any disillusion thought because of Biden, because I know what will happen under Biden. Even the things that I have said that are not beneficial to and for the American people that will happen under Biden that I have not mentioned, but guaranteed it will happen under Biden. Nothing that's beneficial for this country, nothing that's beneficial for our youth and the American people. Everything that's not beneficial will happen under Biden. Everything that's beneficial for the American people, our youth, and this country all in one will happen under Trump. So the beneficial part is under Trump. The not beneficial thing is under Biden. So please do know I'm telling you the truth because I care about every one of you. Every one of the American people. And remember this, my father was a Marine. He fought for this country. And I salute even the fathers and mothers that are even currently fighting for this country, and the sisters and brothers that are fighting for this country, and the ones that did fight for this country, even in years past. And even I salute and thank them for their service, even the ones that did not make it back. I still salute them and I thank them and I support them as well. And also, I'm saluting and showing respect to Old Glory, the American flag. American people, think about what I said, though, seriously. Everything I said, even on the videos before this one, is more than 100% true. The beneficial person, the best person for the job of president, commander in chief is Trump. The person that will protect us and will defend this country and us and keep this country economically strong and also in the defensive and offensive aspects strong, where our freedoms and rights and humanitarian rights and freedoms and the constitutional rights and freedoms are more than well protected and strong. Our healthcare system will be strong. The educational system will be strong. The supplemental security system will be well reestablished and well established and still in operation and never taken away from us, to where every newly retired and currently retired and the disabled and diagnosed disabled, handicapped, physically and mentally disabled and handicapped will be able to survive on the income of supplemental security income, on each one of the income things that they have, that they give, they have given each and every person in this country under Trump will be protected and secure. But under Biden, it will be completely obliterated. Many things I said on this video is 100% true and more than factual. Even if Biden tries to sway you, he will be swaying you towards the negative, not the positive. He will be swaying you to, and Biden will be swaying you towards socialism, corruption, mental manipulation, and destruction. Trump will not do that to you. Trump will Trump will not mentally manipulate you. He hasn't, and he will never mentally manipulate the American people. Trump and Trump and Pence are not the manipulating type. Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, and Gavin, and Daryl Steinberg, and also Kamala Harris, Barbara Boxer, they will mentally manipulate you. So will every governor and mayor that's in the Democratic Party in any other state will mentally manipulate you. The Republican ones will not. Please remember what I say to be true and trust that I am saying what I know to be true. Because I do love this country, I do love that flag, and I do care about every person in this country, even the ones I don't know. And I do care about every one of our youth. Being America's youth, I do care about, I do love, even in the spiritual sense. With the fact that I'm also a father myself, yes. I want the best for my children, and I know you want the best for your children, and I know you want the best for you, and I know your parents want the best for you. And the best thing to do right now is to vote for Trump right now. Biden is going to destroy you, deceive you, and mentally manipulate you continuously. Even while in the even if he gets in the White House, he will continuously do the negative. Trump will never do the negative, guaranteed. This is C.R.P.H.A, Humanitarian and Citizen Advocate. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you are new watching this video, please be sure to press the subscribe button and the bell. Please stay safe, stay strong, stay self-assured, self-confident, and do know that America is strong under Trump, and it will continuously be strong even under Trump. Mostly under Trump. It will be weakened under Biden. May Heavenly Father, in our Savior's name, bless the American people and our youth and the United States of America. And may Heavenly Father guide Trump to victory in the election for 2020. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. And please stay safe, American people and our youth.